today's Dhamma, I respectfully invite Phra Ajarn Mahanopdol, Sirivaddhano of Wat Phra Phutthabat Tamo, Doi Tao District, Chiang Province, to share the Dhamma teachings that the Ajarn gives to his disciples every day. We will continue to use AI as the Ajarn's voice assistant for this dissemination.
A mind without mental state. The practice of the Dhamma is something that the Lord Buddha taught us to cultivate through morality, sila, concentration, samadhi, and wisdom, panya, seeing all things according to the three characteristics, tilakkhana, as impermanent, anicca, unsatisfactory, dukkha, and not self, anatta. If we practice within morality, which is virtuous, our minds will flourish in wholesome ways. In the practice of Dhamma, it is crucial to have a teacher who truly knows and sees to guide and instruct us on the correct path. This ensures our practice does not deviate. Without a teacher, we often stray without even deeply realizing what is true and what is not. Therefore, seeking a teacher is essential. However, nowadays there are many teachers giving sermons and teachings. We must discern for ourselves what is genuine and what is not. There was one teacher in the past whose teachings I listened to but didn't fully understand, yet after studying and practicing, I developed immense respect and faith in him and followed his guidance. Another teacher whose Dhamma talks I listened to extensively, I earnestly took to heart and practiced, but later, upon reviewing his teachings, I found it hard to grasp anything substantial because they were so voluminous. As time passed, I listened to his teachings disseminated through various media, studied and contemplated, and came to see that what he said was indeed true and good. The fault lay with my own ignorance, unable to grasp the essence. These matters are subtle and require constant study and investigation. On several occasions, lay followers have presented themselves as knowers, claiming to communicate with departed teachers and then imparting Dhamma teachings to me. I was perplexed, wondering if this was real. However, upon thorough study, I realized these were fabrications, untrue things these people may have imagined and concocted themselves, weaving them into stories. People in this world often become deluded and infatuated with various matters due to their own lack of knowledge. With a faithful, reverent desire for what is good, when someone advises them in a certain way, they place their faith in it. In reality, sometimes it is not genuine Dhamma. These things are difficult to discern. One thing I observe is that if we practice and adhere to certain principles, it becomes difficult for others to lead us astray. That is the practice of the 16 steps of Anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing. If we study from the sections on the body, kaya feelings, Veda, mind, Chitta, and phenomena, and if someone teaches something deviating from this, we can surmise it may not be what the Buddha taught. The Dhamma of the Buddha is simple and uncomplicated. It was later teachers who embellished and complicated it, creating difficulties for practitioners. Some teachers, believing themselves to be fully enlightened, have criticized practices that noble ones, Arya, have traditionally followed, such as making pilgrimages to India to pay respects to the Bodhi tree as meaningless and of little benefit. But these are practices that virtuous teachers have engaged in. Teaching people to misunderstand and then having listeners criticize those who perform such acts based on wrong views and misunderstandings is extremely dangerous. The danger is so great it can obstruct the path and its fruit, nibbana, even in this very life. In practice, teachers instruct us to observe our mind, to observe the mental fabrications, sankhara, to observe the suffering that arises in the mind, to know how to abandon, let go, and release, practicing until we clearly penetrate cause and effect. Once we understand the Dhamma practice with clarity, whatever arises, we need not think much about it. We can let it go immediately. Initially, our mind will fabricate various things, but when we practice until we understand all truths, our mind will no longer constantly fabricate. Seeing anything, there is no need to fabricate upon it. Fabrication involves grasping at various mental states, aramma, making them into a self which creates suffering in our hearts. If we do not fabricate but see all things as worldly conventions, samuti, our heart will be at ease because our mind does not have to carry any burden that clouds it. This is the most marvelous aspect of Buddhism. A mind that does not fabricate anything is a mind that lets go, that does not cling to anything in this world. Immense happiness will arise in abundance. The Buddha and all the noble monks Arya Sangha have taught well. Let us follow in their footsteps, practicing as they guided, so that the path, its fruit, and Nibbana may arise in our hearts forever. Our thoughts train diligently to make them clear and bright, make the mind empty, setting the heart free from all things, knowing, then abandoning, letting go truly. When the mind is still, Dhamma will guide the mind itself. Guard the body, guard the heart, aspire towards Dhamma. Train to incline the mind, free from confusion. Able to let go, the mind becomes supremely full. Observe until the mind is clear on the path to Nibbana. Phra Mahanopdol Sirivaddhano, Abbot of Wat Phra Phutthabat Tamo, the 25th of January 2026.